Truth, lies, shenanigans.
All right, Lizzie. Cam Newton talking nonsense. What's going on?
The always problematic. So last week, Cam Newton was on a panel with Barstool Sports. Barstool, which is also, again, problematic, run by a bunch of men, tend to be very anti women a lot of times. But on this particular show, he was on a panel talking about basically the role of women, right? And how, as he called them, boss bitches tend to forget about tending to the needs of a man. Neo, you want to play the clip?
Absolutely.
I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch. A bad bitch is a person who's just, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part. And it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs. And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, like, but you can't cook. You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Cater to a man's needs.
So let me just point out a couple of things before I go to the panel. Cam Newton just spoke about how he learned how to be a man by, looking to his father. His parents have been married for 36 years, 30 plus years, 36 years, whatever. However, Cam Newton has never been married, right? If he's trying to fashion himself after his father, he's never been married. Multiple kids by multiple women. His father has been married to his mother and only, as we know, only has kids with her. So right there, he is contradicting himself. But my question to the panel is, what do you think about this idea that women, even though we have a female vice president, right? Even though we have several women on the Supreme Court, women at the end of the day need to be worried about catering to their man.
Before we get to that, there's a ton of it just lit up all of a sudden. So, Jacqueline Rollins said, "Look in the park, bro. Look in the mirror." Jose said, "WTF is that shit?" Uh, Jeanette Brown, "I don't need your ass." Paulette Bertrand, "What?" Question mark, question mark. And Fred Hargrove was laughing. So, okay, go ahead, Robbie. Start it out.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Figured you'd start with me. Great. So, it sounded like there were some good tidbits when he was trying to describe a woman, but it was sparse in a lot of stupidity. So, when I was deciphering it, is someone who can take care of herself. Yes, point. Someone who has a certain savoir-faire in social situations. Yes, point. Knows how to communicate. Yes, point. But then he goes off the rails and starts talking like a mama's boy, someone who was raised by his mama and grandmama, who has no idea what the nuclear family really looks like, or to pattern himself off of his father, like you said, because this is a little boy who was catered to and told how special he was all of his life, while at least there was maybe two matriarchs in the household. So it's skewed to begin with. But I mean, come on, cater to a man's needs. You can't cook, don't know when to be quiet. It sounds to me like he needs to learn how to cook for himself. He needs to cater to his own emotional
millions
needs.
of dollars. He's worth millions of dollars.
So,
get a damn
take
chef.
a goddamn cooking class. Get some kind of counseling.
Chef.
Cater to your own needs. He very immature. Very immature. There's a lot of toxic masculinity in there, and he learns to need to take care of himself.
All right, before we get to the next comments, Latoya Blakely, exactly, Rob. Too many men want a mama and not a life partner. Get the fuck out of here. Robin Johnson, the social constructs of woman roles that no matter what a woman does, she's expected to still adhere to.
Yes.
Type Mike Winter, toxic masculinity. Fred Hargrove, if I had that attitude, I would be on the street single with no love, no home, no family. All
Fred
right.
speaks truth. Truth.
All right. Gianni, go ahead.
It's so interesting when these type of people speak because it's like they have a platform to speak, and I hate these podcasts where there's these toxic, like Rob said, toxic masculine men. But no, I felt like when he was speaking, because how he started off, he was talking about these girls that want to be a bad bitch. Wait, yeah, we can swear, yeah.
Boss
So
bitch.
these girls
Boss
that
bitch.
want
No, he said bad
oh, a
bitch.
boss.
He said
Oh, yeah.
both. He
He
said
said
both
that.
boss bitch and
Oh,
bad
okay.
bitch.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said both. So I feel like personally, women don't feel like if the shoe doesn't fit, kind of at first, it felt like, because it was like he was talking about almost like you got to know Cam Newton. I don't know him at all. I don't know anything about him. I just know that he's considered a selfish NFL player by somebody that I know. He's considered selfish. So I just know that he's around that lifestyle where maybe those women like bad bitch, boss bitch mentality, maybe that was a thing. I don't think the shoe fits for me. I wouldn't feel offended if he was in the room with me and was speaking about it because it doesn't apply to me. But I do think that he feels like how his take on women, I would never date somebody like him either. So
Yeah.
that's just what it is. I feel like we shouldn't be offended, and also we shouldn't listen to him. Is that
You say we shouldn't be offended. Okay, fair enough.
No,
now?
I'm offended. I'm 100% offended.
I'll admit to trying to find a way to defend his perspective.
Of course you
And
did.
yeah, of course that's what I do. So I failed because I could not defend his perspective.
Oh, good. I was so afraid of what Mike was going to tear into you with if you were going to.
I know, right?
Or
Mike
not
was-
even Mike. Hello, his wife. Hello, his
she would
wife.
have. She would have got out. But the thing is, I've been watching. We've been watching this show, Married at First Sight, right? I don't know. I've mentioned it before in the past. It's a great show because it's a microcosm of marriage in a very short period of time. But
That's healthy.
there's this guy on there. His name is Elijah Wan, and he gets on my fucking nerve because of this attitude he has towards women, similar to Cam Newton's about they need to cook, clean, and all this other stuff. And it grits on me. Can't I can't take men like that. So it was impossible for me to defend his perspective at all. But Lizzie,
I'm offended by it because attitudes like this aren't just exclusive to Cam Newton. I've met men like this 1,000 times in my professional setting, whether it be, and I'm not talking about just black men, I'm talking about white men, black men, Asian men, Latino men. Oh my God. So it offends me because there's this expectation, right, that I am only good for being cute, for being able to cook, and being able to fuck. That's it. Doesn't matter that I have 3 degrees. Doesn't matter that I'm a professor, that I am a journalist, all of these accomplishments that I had in my life. All it boils down to is what society has deemed is the woman's role. And it pisses me off because that's how we're treated. That's the reason why we get paid less than men in the average job setting.
it's true.
That's the reason why, if you look at, I don't know how much you guys follow sports on social media or whatever, but every time there's a post about WNBA, women's soccer, whatever, you have all these men that come and comment, can she make a sandwich? That's the reason why we have all of this toxic masculinity because we accept it. And so it really pisses me, especially for someone like Cam, who again has never been married, lived with the mother of 4 of his children. 4 of the kids have the same mom, but never thought to marry her. Made all these excuses about why he couldn't marry her. Some of those kids are young girls. He has daughters. So are you teaching your daughter that this is what her life is supposed to be like? This is her trajectory? It's awful. It's awful. And more people don't speak up about it. We just, often chalk it up to, well, boys will be boys, guys will be guys. That's tradition. No, we set the standard as a society. We set the standard of how people are treated.
Yeah.
And we need to
What
start
about the
changing
girls
some of
that
this
are
stuff.
dating people like Cam Newton? Like maybe that's also a way to set the standard. Like he's undateable. Like he's
Mm.
not canceled, but he's not somebody that we
Money gets him
I
dates.
mean, money
Yeah.
changes.
And he's not
you
a
know.
bad looking guy. I mean, when he wears some reasonable
He's not
clothing,
a,
but
but he's
yeah,
you're right. He technically he would be considered a good looking guy. He's worth at least 50 million, if not more.
for
But when
now.
he opens his damn mouth,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, what?
You take your
All right.
stock down. Yeah.
All right.
What?
So, as you might have guessed, this there's still comments like flowing. So let me try to get to a few of them. I can't get to all of them. It's just too many. But Jeanette Brown's, we are facing a backlash against women from so many directions,
Yes,
especially
yes,
men of a certain age who are incapable of change. Robin Johnson, Dr. Robin says the social constructs have woman roles that no matter what a woman does, she's expected to still adhere to. Oh, we already said that. Okay, all right, sorry. um, then we said, Olivia, boss bitch and bad bitch is a bad title for yourself. Women and men need to check themselves. Um,
Yep.
Jeanette Brown, bad bitch seemed to equate for him to not taking care of his needs. Sounds more like a smart bitch.
mm, mm,
That's great. All right.
mm.
Back to Robin Johnson. These men are expecting things just based on being a man. If you make your partner feel safe and supported, they would gladly do those things for
exactly.
you.
It wouldn't
Exactly.
be. It'd just be there.
And let me just say, it's not, Cam is in a different class, right? Because of his
Hmm.
socioeconomic status. He's
Right,
rich.
right.
But
He's
you
rich.
could
Yeah.
find Pookie on the corner who is saying this exact same thing, who has no job, who
Yeah.
has 3 different baby mamas. Like, it's not just the rich guys that are saying this. We
Yeah.
see this
Yep.
every day.
Yeah.
We see this every day.
All right,
Mhm.
Latoya Blakely. It's almost as if women finding power in who we are threatens theirs. If a woman
Yes,
finding her inner strength threatens yours as a man,
yes,
then you were
yes,
never strong in the first place.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Preach, y'all.
Wow,
Preach,
Snap.
these
y'all.
comments.
We
Great
need to.
comment.
Yeah, Jack. It's hard to stop reading them because they're great comments. So, Jacqueline Robinson, it's infuriating. These are the same so-called men who are running around calling Russell Wilson a square for stepping up and being
Yes,
a decent husband and
yes,
father. The
yes.
pathologies are disturbing. All right.
It's true.
Fred Hargrove, I am offended that he is promoting behavior that is not uplifting to celebrate our women. Um, and Jeanette Brown says, no sex for misogynists.
I
All
love
right.
that one.
Yeah. All right. So, all right, let's find out. Is this truth live
Truth, lies,
or
Oh no, I
shenanigans.
got to bring it out. I haven't brought it out yet today.
Shenanigans.
The
oh, sorry.
bullshitters,
Yeah, I'm running out
the
today.
You need to
bullshitters,
grow up,
It's
son.
shenanigans.
the
Grow up.
bullshitters.
Everybody
And
says
let me just say this,
shenanigans.
men. Stop
And
telling
some
women what we
lies.
need
'Cause
to do. Stop
we don't need to
telling
be in the
grown
kitchen.
women what we need to do. Cam, you
Some
worry
of us.
about learning how to use a condom. How about you worry about that? First and foremost, you worry about a condom. And then talk to me about what I need to do as a woman. Okay? I've never been pregnant. I ain't got no kids, no baby daddies, nothing. So you worry about finding a condom, brother.
All right, great topic, Liz. Great topic. It's a good main topic as well. All right.